Good evening. The People's National Party has criticized the government's handling of the education sector, especially as the new academic year is set to begin in just under 3 weeks. At a media conference this morning, opposition spokesperson on education, Senator Damian Crawford, revealed 5 areas that are of concern in the education system.
If there is ever an example of the incompetence of the Jamaica Labour Party government in the execution of their mandate, the current unpreparedness for the reopening of public school system is one such. We find this to be extremely worrying for the first year of return to full year of normalcy since the COVID-19 pandemic dramatically impacted the learning experience of over 200,000 Jamaican children. Indeed, almost every aspect to a smooth school reopening that falls under the control of government is in a state of disarray. This serves as an handicap to the school's management teams and a further risk to the successful education of our Jamaican children. The areas of greatest concern include 1. The migration of teachers and thus the impending shortage of learning facilitators into the new year. 2. Late and insufficient furniture. 3. Poor implementation of the 6-farm pathway program, otherwise called the 12 and 13 plan. Limited availability of books for the book rental system, and the inadequately funded free education policy.
He further stated that it is becoming increasingly difficult to retain teachers in local classrooms, amplified by reports that suggest the United States is in need of some 300,000 teachers.
Multiple news reports, as was indicated by the junior shadow spokesperson, have reported the dilemma being faced by many Jamaican schools due to the migration of teachers since the end of last term. The numbers range in the reports from 400 to 800, with many principals still experiencing anxiety with the knowledge and whispers of others about to leave but having not yet communicated with their institutions. My conversations with principals suggest that the greatest shortage may exist in areas of mathematics, science, technical subjects, and languages. While teacher migration isn't a new phenomenon, it is indeed continuing at an increasing rate, with the ability to replace these teachers getting more and more difficult. The risk faced by the public education system is being even further exaggerated by the increased demand for overseas recruiters in the United States and Canada. In fact, one report suggests that the United States is short of 300,000 teachers.
However, the opposition provided several suggestions for the government that will help to stem the current brain drain being faced as a result of teacher migration.
The People's National Party reiterates the following proposals, many of which were campaign commitments in the last manifesto. 1. Immediately invest in the upgrading of staff rooms to create an adequate and comfortable environment of teachers to work from. 2. Consider motor vehicle concessions of varying percentages for teachers serving 5 years, 10 years, and 15 years, unbroken. 3. Reduce student loan by 5% for every year the teacher stays within the public education system. 4. Arrange for special teachers limit of possibly $14 million per person from the NHT with a 1% interest rate, which transforms to the normal loan once the teacher leaves the system. 5. Negotiate package deals with telecom communication providers for teachers to receive internet free of cost as a necessary tools of trade in this information age. 6. Create teacher/public sector housing schemes with rent control strategies in desirable communities that could be facilitated by the HAJ. 7. Review the funds being allocated for a STEM school for students to a STEM school for teachers, just training the trainers. 8. Hold further negotiations with private sector practitioners to offer teachers adequate discounts. 9. Reduce the red tape for principals to fill temporary spots in the short term with retired and pre-trained teachers. 10. Negotiate with the private sector to allow staff so inclined to take 2 3-hour sessions to practice or participate in teaching courses that are in shortage.
The police in Portland have named Stafford Beckford, otherwise called Chala, of Johntown, Portland, and Duckensfield St. Thomas as wanted. He is urged to report to the Port Antonio Police Station immediately. Stafford Beckford is wanted in connection with a case of murder. Anyone knowing the whereabouts of Stafford Beckford is being asked to call the Port Antonio Police at 876-955-2758, Police 119 emergency number, Crime Stop at 311, or the nearest police station. In the meantime, a team of officers assigned to the Counterterrorism and Organized Crime Investigations Branch, CTOC, seized a shotgun during an operation on Swamp Lane, Bogwalk, St. Catherine yesterday. Reports from the Bogwalk police are that about 5:30 p.m., lawmen were in the area when a premises was searched and an illegal firearm found inside the roof. No one was arrested in relation to this seizure. And an illegal firearm with ammunition was seized at a party on Manningsville Road, St. Andrew this morning. One man was taken into custody. Reports are that about 2:30 a.m., a police team on mobile patrol visited the location in response to loud noise reports. The party was turned off and the man was seen acting in a manner that aroused the officer's suspicion. He was accosted and searched, and one Smith & Wesson 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 79mm rounds taken from his waistband. He was subsequently arrested. The identity of the man is being withheld as the Constant Spring police continue their investigation. In other news this evening, a fire was reported along the Tollgate Main Road in Clarendon in the vicinity of the Tollgate Primary School yesterday. The fire started at approximately 3:29 p.m. The Maypen Fire Department responded immediately and contained the fire. Acting District Officer Patrick Holmes appealed to farmers and residents to cease and desist from using the slash and burn method due to the drought currently being experienced across the island. Mr. Holmes also gave the details of the incident.
We would have received this call stating that there was a bushfire threatening the Tollgate Primary. On our arrival, as you can see, we discovered this fire spread over a wide area. What we like to implore of the nation, we are very much going through an unseasonable drought. The technique that we've used to slash and burn in order to carry out our agricultural process is not safe, especially at this time. It would be very unfortunate due to someone carrying out the slash and burn technique, someone lost their home and contents, leaving becoming homeless. Even in the process of extinguishing this fire, firefighters have fallen and can get hurt. So it's a very risky job. Yes, we love it, but we're imploring persons to cease and desist from lighting bush and rubbish fires. Thankfully, we were able to contain this fire and stop it from spreading towards our dwelling and the school itself. So damage has been very negligible.
The Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport organized and executed 2 events today which centered on Jamaica's national hero, Marcus Garvey. The events were paying of the floral tribute ceremony to commemorate the 135th anniversary of Garvey's birth, which took place at National Heroes Park this morning, and the annual St. Anne Municipal Corporation Civic Ceremony, which took place this evening at Lawrence Park in St. Anne's Bay, St. Anne. The latter marked the anniversary of his birth and celebrated the 58th anniversary of the conferral of National Hero on Garvey. Main speaker at the civic ceremony this morning, Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport, Olivia Grange, noted that this is the 60th year of Jamaica's independence. It was important that the country pause to celebrate.
On the occasion of the 60th anniversary of our nation's independence, we pause to salute our first national hero and outstanding son of the Jamaican soil, distinguished citizen of the Garden Parish of St. Anne, the Right Excellent Marcus Messiah Garvey. I'm pleased and honored to share this very special occasion with the political and civic leadership and the proud people of Jamaica who are present here this morning, along with representatives from other countries, as we reignite a nation for greatness. Marcus Garvey's greatness has been anchored in his lifelong determination to restore dignity and integrity to the masses of African descent people who, through fierce determination and relentless resistance and rebellion, were able to defeat the colonial forces and bring freedom to our people. It was a people who were vilified and devalued by colonial policy and practice, but whom Daddy Marcus spent his whole life celebrating so that we, their children and grandchildren for whom they gave their lives, would be proud of our history and culture as trees with roots in the soil of a tradition of greatness.
She added that the education Garvey prescribed was geared towards enabling us as a people to know and understand the greatness of our history.
Education is the medium by which a people are prepared for the creation of their own particular civilization and the advancement and glory of their own race. The education he prescribed must allow our people to discover the greatness of our history and our culture. It was an education that must counter the negative sense of self, which others sought to impose upon us by devaluing and denigrating our identity and culture. It was an education that must teach the black man and black woman, boy and girl, that the black skin is not a badge of shame, but rather a glorious symbol of national greatness. This is why today, in this year of our 60th anniversary and the 135th anniversary of his birth, we can celebrate Marcus Garvey under the theme of Jamaica 60, reigniting a nation for greatness.
She added that it was Marcus Garvey's influence that led other black revolutionaries to also have an impact on the world.
Because of his persistence, Rosa Parks was able to sit on a bus and refuse to get up. Because of Marcus Garvey, Martin Luther King was able to dream. Because of Marcus Garvey, Kwame Nkrumah struck out for independence for Ghana under a flag that bore the insignia of one black star. Because of Marcus Garvey, Mandela was able to take his long walk to freedom. Because of Marcus Garvey, another St. Anne native, Bob Marley, was able to affirm the need to emancipate ourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our mind. Because of Marcus Garvey, Rastafari was created as the only new religion of the 20th century. Because of Marcus Garvey, Barack Obama was able to soar to the pinnacle of American achievement as the first black president of the United States of America, under the banner of three words, yes, we can. Because of Marcus Garvey, Jamaica stands as a proud nation. And because of Marcus Garvey, we're all here today to salute his greatness.
And those are the stories making the news this evening. I'm Nicole Hales. Thanks for watching.